Welcome to the Bleacher Stand. More than just football, we are substance.
Hello and welcome to the Bleacher Channel, where I will be giving my predictions for this year's World Cup 2026, hosted by, of course, Canada, Mexico, and USA. It is the largest World Cup with the most competing teams, 48 teams in total. And there are many newcomers this time around, including the smallest nation ever to qualify for the World Cup in Curacao. And I'll be giving my predictions as I quickly go through the groups. And I have some surprise packages. There are some surprise teams that I believe many have taken for granted. And the fact that these 48 have made it to the World Cup, it means that they are possibly considered, arguably, debatably considered to be the best 48 teams in the world. That being said, let's get into it. And let us look first at Group A. So in Group A, we have Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and Czechia. Yeah, Czechia. Yeah, now let's see. So my prediction for this group, it's pretty tight. Interestingly enough, Mexico is in their 18th World Cup. The best finish that they've had at the World Cup remains to be seen, and their best finish was in the quarterfinals, making it to the quarterfinals in 1970 and 1986. Mexico indeed is a pedigree when it comes down to the World Cup. They punch above their weight. They are not taken for granted, and they are seen as a team that will normally make it to the quarters. So that being said, I'll have Mexico finishing first in this group. South Africa, South Korea, and Czechia will be fighting for second place. South Africa back at the World Cup for the first time since 2010. Right, so they have been out of the World Cup for some time, and I believe I'll give South Korea the edge here to come second about South Africa and Czechia. South Korea is making their 12th World Cup appearance. They had a great run in the 2002 World Cup. Many decisions might have been questionable, but no doubt about it, they were a very good team in the 2002 World Cup that they co-hosted with Japan, I believe it was. Yeah, it was South Korea and Japan, I believe, that co-hosted the 2002 World Cup. Now, in third place, I will have Czechia. I hope I'm not spoiling that country's name. It's a beautiful country. Czechia, I have them finishing third. And sadly, I have South Africa finishing fourth in that group. Now, in Group B, we have Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland. Now, Canada have, of course, the home crowd. Right, and of course for them it's going to be like every game pretty much is going to be like a home game, right? Because they will have such a huge backing, they will have the crowd following them, and of course they are going to give their utmost best. I have Canada finishing top of this group in Group B, right? Canada co-hosts and looking for their first major World Cup breakthrough on home soil, because Canada has flattered so far to deceive, right? In the World Cup, the previous World Cup appearances they have made. Now, Bosnia in this group is only their second World Cup after first qualifying in 2014, right? So they're at their second World Cup, and they are a tiny nation that also punches above their weight. Qatar appearing in their second straight World Cup. Their first World Cup was when they hosted it back in 2022. And Switzerland is in their 13th World Cup. They made a great run to the quarterfinals in 1934, 1938, and in 1954. So I have Switzerland coming second out of that group. And I believe Bosnia will be coming third, and sadly I have Qatar finish in the fourth spot. In Group C, Group C. Group C is a very interesting group, and I believe the surprise package in Group C will be Haiti. Haiti will absolutely spring some surprises. Haiti has been playing well recently. They in their warm up games they look really good. They trounced actually New Zealand 4-0, and England was only able to scrape by beating New Zealand 1-0 in their friendly game, their warm up game to the World Cup. So without a doubt, Brazil will be finishing top of this group. Brazil still remains, and it will always remain, the only team that has qualified for every World Cup. Right? Brazil has won the most World Cups in 5, and they are a crowd favorite. Everyone wants to see Brazil in the World Cup. The World Cup is not the World Cup without Brazil being in it. I just love that name, Brazil. Brazil. It just rolls off the tongue. That's just awesome. So Brazil, the only nation, as I said, to have won the World Cup 5 times. In Morocco, we have Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland that they will be battling it out for second place. I have a surprise in this group. I have Haiti finishing second. Yes, I said it. I have Haiti finishing second in this group. Now, many people might say I must be crazy to have Haiti finishing second, but Haiti is going to be my surprise package. Every World Cup has a surprise package. Every World Cup has a team that punches above their weight, a team that is the underdog. And Haiti is going to punch above their weight in this group. I will also have Morocco finishing third, and Scotland finishing the bottom of the group. Haiti is returning to their first World Cup too since 1974. That's a long time. That's a very long time. Since 1974, they're returning to their first World Cup. That being said, let's get on with it to Group D. So in Group D, we have the third host of this FIFA World Cup in USA. It's a very interesting group. USA, Paraguay, Australia, Turkey. That's very interesting. Who will make it out of this group? Who will top the group? I have USA finishing first. USA is a team that it might seems like they're not doing a lot on the world stage, but they're actually been improving. They have been improving. They have been developing their home league, and many foreign players have gone to their home league. The most foreign player that have played in the home league being Messi, of course. At one point, I believe also Pele played in the American League. Many Europeans will consider the American League, the MLS, Major League Soccer, to be the retirement home of the European players. Now, that's just what being said. So don't come for me now. That's just what being said. It's considered a retirement home for the European players. Nevertheless, USA will be making it out of this group. They are co-hosts, and the first World Cup that USA hosted was actually back in 1994, where, of course, we remember that famous shootout between Italy and Brazil. There we go. Brazil. Yeah, that famous penalty shootout between Italy and Brazil, and Brazil winning that World Cup. Paraguay is returning to their World Cup for the first time since 2010. Yeah, Australia reached the last 16 in 2006 and 2002. So Australia has been improving. Their home league as well has been improving. It has come a long way. Turkey's best World Cup finish was third actually in 2002. So this group is not made up of teams that are underdogs. It's not made up of teams that don't know what they're doing with the ball, that is, right? But it's made up of teams that have some amount of World Cup pedigree. And so to come out of this group, I'll say USA, I'll say Australia will be finishing second, and I have Paraguay finishing third. Sorry, Turkey, but yeah, you're coming last in this group. Now that takes us to Group E. Group E is a very tough group. Some might consider Group E to be the group of death. Not sure about that. But in this group, we have the four-time champions in Germany, right? Germany is also a crowd favorite. And in coming out of this group, I believe Germany will be finishing first. We have first-time comers in this group being Curacao, right? Curacao famously made it to the World Cup, and they only have one home base player, or one homegrown player, I should say, in Hannibal. Yeah, Hannibal is the only homegrown player. Pretty much all of the players that play for Curacao play in the league in Netherlands. And Curacao was indeed a surprise package in qualifying for the World Cup in a group that also included Jamaica and Trinidad. Now, Germany will do very well. I have Ivory Coast finishing second in this group, Ecuador finishing third, and sadly, Curacao, it's going to be the bottom of the group for you. Yeah, it was good seeing you at the World Cup, but that's pretty much where it will end. However, let's see what happens. Let's see. They might just spring a surprise on us, right? Because what is a World Cup without a surprise? What is a World Cup without having an underdog team doing pretty well for themselves? That takes us now to Group F. In Group F, we have Netherlands. We have the ever-improving Japan, who qualified for their first World Cup in 1998. And since then, they have not missed a beat. They have absolutely not missed a beat. We have Sweden. We have Tunisia. Japan reached the round of 16 in 4 World Cups, actually. So it shows that they have been improving. The 4 World Cups that they reached the round of 16 were 2002, 2010, 2018, and 2022. There was a famous upset over Spain, my team, Japan. That was a fame, albeit it might seem like a controversial goal, but Japan is here. They have proved then that they are constantly getting better at their game, and so I have look at this now. I have Japan coming out of this group on top, and then I have Netherlands finishing second, and Sweden finishing third. Tunisia will be at the bottom of the group. Well, let's see. I'm no prophet here, but it's what I think will happen. And it's based also on form coming into this World Cup. In Group G, that takes us now to Group G, where we have Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Coming out of this group, I believe it's going to easily be Belgium that will be coming out of this group on top. They have the firepower. They have the midfield. They just know how to play ball, right? I have Egypt coming in second, right? So with Belgium, of course, the golden generation is slowly going away, right? They have wasted their golden generation. They have come close, right? But it's their aging. They have players aging like Kevin De Bruyne. He is aging. He is not the Kevin De Bruyne of 2 years ago. Is still a phenomenal footballer, but let's see what happens. I have Egypt coming in second, Iran coming in third, and New Zealand finishing at the bottom of the group. It's interesting because New Zealand made they went out at the group stage the World Cup. When was that? I'm trying to remember. If I remember it, I'll put it down in the chat, right, in the comment section actually. But New Zealand was knocked out in the group stage and they never lost a match. Yeah, they never lost a match at the last World Cup that they were in. Okay, now that being said, it now takes me to my group with Spain, of course, who I believe stand a very strong chance at winning this World Cup. And Let's see. In my group of Group H, where Spain is, there lies as another surprise package. I believe they'll be doing pretty good for themselves. Cape Verde. Cape Verde. Some might say it's Cape Verde. But let's leave it at Cape Verde. Yep, Cape Verde will be a very, very good team to watch. I am expecting a lot from Cape Verde. Now, that being said, Spain will be finishing first in this group, right? Of course, Spain has won one World Cup. They should have won more. Also with Netherlands. Netherlands made it to two World Cup finals. I believe that was 1970 and 1974. Believe it was 1970 and 1974. Many would argue that they played. That's when the world was introduced to total football. Yeah, and they played really, really well, and they should have won those two World Cups. Spain won in 2010 when it was hosted by South Africa, of course, right? That being said, Spain is one of those teams that has flattered to deceive many, many World Cups, and they finally got the monkey off their shoulder when they won back in 2010, and I'm hoping that they can take it home this year once again. So Cape Verde, I have them finishing second in this group, of course making their World Cup debut. Saudi Arabia, I have them finishing Saudi Arabia and Uruguay. That's a very interesting take. Uruguay, of course, winning the first two World Cups in 1930 and 1934. Back then, World Cups was invitational, and they acquitted themselves really well, winning the first two World Cups. So they know what it is to win a World Cup. So winning a World Cup is not it's not foreign to them. However, I have Uruguay. I have Uruguay finishing the bottom of this group this time around. I'm going out on a limb here with this one, right? But let's see where we go. Now in Group I, we have France, who is considered, of course, one of the favorites to win. This would be their third World Cup. Yeah, this would be their third World Cup. They won the World Cup first, their first World Cup back in 1998, of course, when they hosted it. And they're looking to win their third World Cup. They went, of course, we all know, to the last World Cup finals. They made it all the way to the finals with Argentina, with Messi's Argentina. And we know who came out on top then. Now, France is just one of those phenomenal teams that they have. Their second 11 could walk into the starting lineup of many team first 11. Some might even say their third 11 could walk into the starting lineup of many team first 11. Such is the embarrassment of riches that they have right now. They are doing really good for themselves, especially at the academy level. And let's see what happens here. So, without a doubt, we have, well, Senegal has looked good. They've lost some of their warm-up matches, of course. But out of this group, I have France coming out of this group. And let's see here. It's getting interesting here, where we only have first and second place finishes. Let's see what happens here. Not sure what's up with this bracket, but let's see. So France will be, of course, winning this group. I have Norway with the robot, of course, Erling Haaland. I have Norway finishing second here. Senegal will be finishing third. I can't select it, not sure what's going on. And then Iraq will be finishing at the bottom of the group. In Group J, we have Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. Without a shadow of a doubt, Messi is trying to see, and Messi's Argentina, they will be trying to go for their second World Cup, back-to-back World Cup triumph. Still have a powerful team. I have them finishing top of the group. And I have Austria finishing second in this group. I have Algeria finishing third and Jordan finishing at the bottom of the group. Now that takes us to Group K, where there's another favorite. I would say, arguably, they have the best midfield in this World Cup. Right, you have the likes of Bruno Fernandes, who came off a phenomenal record-breaking assist season with Manchester United, of course, representing Manchester United. Of course, here we see it. So Bruno Fernandes, we have Nuno Mendes, we have Vitinha, who is a Champions League, back-to-back Champions League winner. So I have Portugal finishing top of this group. Congo DR, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. I have Colombia finishing second. I have Congo finishing third, and Uzbekistan finishing the bottom of the group. Right. Now, that takes us to our final group. Group L, where we have England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama. Now, anyone who knows anything about Croatia is that Croatia will always fight until the end. They have the ever-present, never-aging Luka Modric. Yeah, he's just phenomenal. He just keeps going on and on and on, just like the Energizer Bunny. So out of Group L, I have Croatia finishing the top of this group. I have England finishing second, Ghana finishing third, Panama finishing at the bottom of the group. Now, that takes us to the end of my group predictions for World Cup 2026. See me on the next video for the knockout stages.